How am I able to do everything? Alam niyo, sa totoo lang, hindi ko rin alam. Natutulog pa ba ako? I don't. I have been asked many times how I'm able to do this, and that. Nang hindi ako nakapagod, natutulog pa ba ako? Those are the most common questions I get as a freelancer, as an entrepreneur, as someone who's doing, or what seems like, doing 10 things all at the same time. And the answer is, I don't. I am always looking for opportunities for growth and learning, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean that even if I know how to do things, ako na mismo yung gagawa nun. Hi, my name is Mary and I post easy to follow daily tasks that you can do to start your freelancing journey. Every day nagpo-post ako ng bagong videos sa pwede nyo sundan na some sort of roadmap kung gusto nyo maging freelancer, virtual assistant, or gusto nyo na mag-work from home gamit ang computer at internet. And for today, I just want to introduce my blog. Taray, blog, using that intro that I use on TikTok because that's how more people learned about me. Because of TikTok, I got an additional na business, which the accidental business is what I call it. This is the mentorship program, to which I'm still not able to earn as much as I earn sa freelancing business ko, sa e-com business ko, or sa other sources of income ko. But I'm still grateful because it opened up opportunities, hindi lang sa akin, but pati doon sa mga mentors na nagtuturo dun sa platform ko, at saka dun sa mga admins na nakakapag-work at nakakapag-practice at nakakapag-aral at the same time natututo sila while doing the work. And one of the most common questions that I get is that, how am I able to do everything? Alam niyo, sa totoo lang, hindi ko rin alam. Nangyari na lang na nagagawa ko siya. And guys, contrary to what other people think, natutulog po ako. Like, off ko kahapon, kagabi. Off ko kagabi. Tulog ako since yesterday ng lunch hanggang 9 p.m. Gumising ako, kumain, nagkape, nag-vitamins, and ang plan ko sana was to be productive, but I failed. And that is okay, because weekends are supposed to be spent doing what you want, not exactly doing things that you need. Kasi everything is adjustable. Ayan. Ngayon ko lang napansin, meron pala akong parang palong sa ulo. Ibaba natin. Ayan. So, nasanay na lang ako ng Sabado is talagang literal na pahinga. Minsan, may mga classes kagaya ng e-com. Isang Saturday at isang Sunday ko nakalaan yun dun sa full blast na class. But the rest ng buwan, nangangailangan lang ng oras ko is yung e-com, Reva, yung mga mentorship, mock interviews, coachings, one-on-ones, lahat yon. And after nun, meron akong some time to take care of whatever's needed of me sa side ng business. And then meron din akong mga clients. Yung mga clients ko naman, nagagawa ko siya ng kasabay nung isa kong work, which is purely na calls. So yung work ko na yon is 1 till 9:30 a.m. And on the side, kasi hindi naman siya ganun ka-queuing, alam na yun ng mga taga-BPO, hindi siya ganun ka-queuing. So, nagagawa ko on the side yung ibang kailangan kong gawin. And that's what I love about being a freelancer, is that you have this flexibility to do the things that you want. Now, I saw this video, she works in a call center, and she's saying na freelancing is not for everyone. Although, based on her video, hindi pa niya natatry. But, sabi niya, yun daw mga sinasabi na earnings na yung earning potential ng mga freelancers, parang hindi lahat yan yung gusto, and yung iba naman, ganito yung pero mas okay pa din daw sa BPO, parang ganun yung gusto niyang palabasin sa video niya. And as someone who worked in the BPO industry for 8 years before becoming a freelancer for now 14 years, I feel like, given the chance, kung uulitin ko yung mga desisyon ko sa buhay, alis pa rin ako sa BPO. mag-stick pa rin ako sa freelancing. Let me give you a quick background muna, no? Ang personality type ko, I have high D and high I personality. So, I thrive in an environment na magalaw, yan, challenging. I thrive in environment na maraming nakakausap. And at the same time, mabilis maubos yung social battery ko, which makes freelancing parang 75% less better for me. Just because, parang pag based sa personality type ko, 75% okay ako as freelance, as BPO rep. And then 25% for freelancing. Just because, as someone who have high D and high I personality, I tend to be more productive when I'm talking to other people. I tend to be more productive in an environment na may kind of challenge, ganyan. And you don't often get a challenging environment na may competition ka. In a competitive environment, sa call center mo makukuha yun. Kasi dito sa freelancing, kung solo ka sa client mo, wala kang ibang, walang pa-contest si Mayor. Ganyan. I feel like nakukuha ko yung, napufulfill yung need ko na yon as someone with high D and high I personality dun sa work ko ng 1 till 9 because meron kaming scorecard, meron kaming mga pa-contest na maliliit na ganyan. If you get this, if you do this, you get this. May ganon. I think more than the work environment, one other factor that you need to consider if mas bagay ba sa'yo yung call center or yung BPO would be the fact that you have to start challenging yourself. Kung hindi ka self-starter, medyo tagilid ka sa pagiging freelancer. Wherein sa BPO, provided ng lahat yung gagamitin mong system. Yung assistance nandyan. Marami tayong subject matter experts. Leadership, paghahanap ng clients, hindi mo na kailangan hanapin. So, ang dali ng buhay kapag nakapasok ka sa call center, kung yun yung aspeto na titingnan mo Kung yun yung aspeto na titingnan mo. Pero, on the other hand, kung ikaw naman ay yung tipo ng gusto mo may freedom, may wiggle room, mahirap sa call center kasi kailangan mo pa magpa-approve ng leave. Ang daming toxic na katrabaho. Kasi nga, competitive yung environment. So, feeling nung iba, pag nagbida-bida sila na magmamana ng kumpanya. Alam mo yun, ngayon ko lang naiisip, kasi the other night, nagkakwento si Papski, sabi niya, may ka-chat siya na, I think teammate niya, na nagtatanong kung paano namin nagagawa yung mga ginagawa namin. And nakwento ko rin itong si ating nakita ko na nagko-compare ng BPO, which is where she currently works, versus freelancing. Pinagtugma ko siya, sabi ko, ang gandang ang gandang bagay na ginagawa ng freelancing because it gives you yung a little bit of competitiveness pero may freedom sa freelancing. But at the same time, ikaw yung mag-a-adjust ng oras mo, ikaw yung mag-a-handle ng lahat ng bagay. Ikaw yung tipong you're the boss. When people think like, sa trabaho ko, I'm the boss. Parang, minsan sabi ko, dapat naiisip din natin na kadugtong nung I'm the boss na yun is yung responsibilities that goes along with it. Paano nga ba paano mo mamamanage na meron kang negosyo, meron kang trabaho na full-time, tapos meron ka pang side hustle na ginagawa? Ang laging sagot ng mga tao is time management. Siguro, ilang videos pa lang yung nakikita ko that talks about energy management, and it really helps. When I heard about energy management, what came to mind was, ito yung ginagawa ko. I have dedicated a few hours for this business dahil hindi naman siya ganun kalaki yung requirements ng business na yon. I dedicate this number of hours for this particular business because mas high risk siya. And then, meron akong content creation time, meron akong coffee time na kasabay nun. Ang goal is makapag-exercise ako, which I haven't done for quite some time. But we're getting back into that ngayong August. Kasi buong July, parang once or twice lang akong nag-exercise, isa sa gym. I really would love to start working on a diet at hindi diet na. Kasi pag Pinoy, alam nila, ang iisipin pag diet, papapayat eh. No. I really want to work on a diet that would help me with my PCOS because PCOS warrior po ako. I really want to help, I really want to build a game plan na yung game plan ang nasuited para sa kagaya kong multipreneur. So, ang pinakang number 1 na tip ko sa inyo guys, whether you work sa BPO that takes so much of your time sa travel back and forth, but energy-wise parang mas reserved versus if you're a freelancer na nasa bahay ka lang pero ang daming galaw. I think it's important to note, number 1, ano yung personality type mo? Anong environment yung nagtatrive ka? Number 2 is, ano yung lagi mong tinitingnan pagdating sa schedule? Do you have something na kagaya ng Google Calendar on your phone? Kasi that's very important. And then allot time for each of those tasks. Make sure that you allot time and then susundin mo yung oras na yon. Pero one other tip that I haven't mentioned, and I think I've never mentioned this ever, is that yung Saturdays mo, apart from yung iyong mga pre-engagement, make sure na you're kind to yourself. Meaning, halimbawa, nakaschedule ka na mag-exercise for that particular hour. Okay lang na mali ka ng onte sa gym. Basta make sure you go to the gym. Yung okay lang na hindi ka ngayon mag-journal, basta later on, pagka you have that emotions lumped up in your lungs na gusto mong ibuga, pero hindi mo maibuga, ilagay mo sa journal mo. And have a place where, or time, where you're just honoring yourself, honoring your hard work all throughout the week, honoring what you have worked hard for, and just enjoying the fruits of your labor. Anyway, yun lang. Thank you so much for watching this video. Nagpapakain talaga ako ng aso. Sis, asan yun? Nagpapakain tayo ng aso habang naggagawa ng content. I'll see you on our next video. Bye!